Hi dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends of Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram once again with another edition of Cricket Happenings on Sunday the 16th of January 2011. Well, we are looking at two things here. One is the match between the first one-day international just played between Australia and England in the first of the 7-match one-day series of the Commonwealth one-day series here in Australia at the MCG. And also we are looking at the Pakistani reply to the New Zealand score here on the second day. So first I'll take you down to the Australia, where in the MCG Australia finally pulled off a win against England. Well, they definitely this was a very good win for Australia, showing lots of confidence after as you know, they suffered the reverses in the test series, and also in the 2020s they actually leveled the series. But basically Australia took it forward today by actually taking a 1-0 lead in the 7-match one-day series at the Melbourne Cricket Ground today. So Australia won this match by 6 wickets with 5 balls remaining. Well, as far as England were concerned, England put up 294 on the board of their allotted 50 overs. The prime contributors, the opening partnership was very good between Andrew Strauss and Steve Davis. They lived dangerously. There were a lot of chances for Steve Davis. He was dropped. He was caught of a no ball. The chance Brad Haddin, the wicket-keeper, actually missed a stumping. And besides, Steve Davis and Strauss took immense advantage out of it. As far as Andrew Strauss was concerned, he was confidence personified. He was playing the ball with a lot of elan and grace. And as far as Steve Davis was concerned, as I said, he lived dangerously. And finally, they actually took on the score to 90. So they put on a good opening partnership. I would say rather the Australian fielding was absolutely wilting under pressure. The Australian fielding was not up to the mark at all. This is not the Australian fielding that we all know. And Strauss and Davis then took the score on to 90. The first wicket to go was Steve Davis. David Hussey, the arm spinner, actually picked up Steve Davis when Steve Davis was clean bowled by David Hussey for 42 of 35 balls with 5 fours. So that was the first wicket to go. After that, it was Trott came in. Trott didn't do much. He was caught behind the bowling of David Hussey. So David Hussey came into the equation there with 2 quick wickets, which really brought Australia back into the game. Probably looking at the openers, the way they were playing, probably the Australian the commentators were really talking about a 300 plus score, but which was not to be. And after that, the only major contribution after that, there's only Kevin Pietersen who really came there and fired in a very good 78 before being run out. He made 78 of 75 balls with 2 fours and 3 sixes. And Kevin Pietersen was superb. He was his driving was superb. He was looking that confident Pietersen that everyone knows about, knows as far as Pietersen is concerned. And he also smacked 2 good sixes. Of the bowling of it was I suppose it was Xavier Doherty. No, it was Stephen Smith whom he carved him for 2 sixes. And Stephen Smith was in fact Stephen Smith came back very in a very great fashion by actually picking up the wickets of Ian Bell and Morgan. Ian Bell was gone for 23. Ian Morgan was dismissed for 8. Michael Yardy was gone for 9. Bollinger took up his wicket. And then Tim Bresnan was the other one who actually made a contribution of 28 of 27 balls with 4 fours. It was Scott Doherty bowled Lee. After that, it was Graham Swan who made 4. Shazad was not out on 9. As I said, Pietersen was the highest scorer with 78. Strauss contributed 63 and 42 coming from Steve Davis. So 294 all out England in the 50 overs. The bowling figures: 9 overs no made in 243 for Brett Lee. Dougie Bollinger 9 overs no made in 1 for 57. David Hussey took 2 quick wickets there, 2 for 42 of 6. Mitchell Johnson 7.4 overs no made in 2 for 54. Shane Watson 8 overs for 44. 7 overs no made in none for 40 for Xavier Doherty. And Stephen Smith 3 overs no made in 2 for 12. But well, the Australian innings was built around that brilliant unbeaten century from Shane Watson, who was in the end not out on 161 of 150 balls, 12 fours and 4 sixes, and he was absolutely superb. The way he was playing, he was carving the ball. In fact, Tim Bresnan and Chris Tremlett came for a real tap early on in the innings and also later. And Shane Watson was the one who really took it on. In fact, he piloted Australia to victory with 297 for 4, 6-wicket victory for Australia. Brad Haddin at the top of the order. There was a good partnership for Australia at the top of the order. The opening partnership yielding 110 runs with Brad Haddin playing some very good strokes. But Shane Watson was the man. He was really playing all his strokes with tremendous poise and perfection. His straight driving, his pulling, his cutting, his lofted strokes down the ground, his hitting straight down the ground, absolutely superb. Michael Clarke contributed 36, and he was. I mean, I wouldn't say Michael Clarke's 36 was very impressive. He was basically getting on to the front foot, and what he was doing was he was not really the old self. He didn't have any boundaries. He struggled there with 36 of 57 balls, dismissed out of his misery when Bresson actually took his wicket. And Stephen Smith was promoted in the batting order, but that really failed as he was gone of the bowling of Shahzad for 5. Michael Hussey contributed 21 of 15 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Cameron White was not out. The captain was, he was not out on 25 of 23 balls with 2 4s. But Shane Watson was the one who was the real talk of the MCG yesterday. Not out 161 of 150 deliveries, 12 4s and 4 6s. Took the man of the match. A 6-wicket victory for Australia in the first one-day international of the Commonwealth one-day series here in the MCG. 297 for 4, Australia finished with. The bowling figures: Tim Bresnan 10 overs no made and 2 for 71 was very costly. Chris Tremlett was all over the place, 10 overs for 67. Ajmal Shahzad 9.1 overs no made and 1 for 51. Michael Yardy 9 overs no made and none for 53. Swan 10 overs no made and 1 for 42 was the best among the lot there. Jonathan Trott bowled 1 over for 7 runs. Shane Watson was named man of the match. Well, so that is as far as the first match is concerned. So Australia would have a lot of confidence here. They leveled the 2020 series. They got the first one-day international going into their bag now, and that should give them lots of confidence going into the second one-day international. Well, let's look at the game at the Basin Reserve in Wellington, where New Zealand resumed at the overnight score with Daniel Vettori and Rhys Eng, and this partnership really just went on along in the morning. They took the century. There was a century partnership for Rhys Eng and Daniel Vettori as they took on the score to 318, with Daniel Vettori playing some good strokes, playing some very nice strokes there, and Rhys Eng also contributing well. But Rhys Eng was the first to go after getting his maiden 50 in Test cricket. Was gone of the bowling of Tanveer Ahmed for 57. Daniel Vettori went on to make a wonderful century after quite a long time, and well, he has always been very good against Pakistan, and he was the one who actually took the New Zealand total around to 356 all out, and he made 110 of 166 balls, 10 4s and 1 6. Was a victim of Abdur Rahman, who bowled superbly, and then that's it. The tale was wrapped up by the pace bowlers Umar Gul, who had figures of 4 for 87 of his quota of his 32 overs and 3 maidens there. And Tanveer Ahmed 24 overs 5 maidens, 3 for 93, but Umar Gul bowled very well. But let me tell you, Abdur Rahman was the one who was bowling superbly. 45.1 overs, 11 maidens, 96 runs and 2 wickets. He continues to impress there. 16 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 46. Unfortunately for Pakistan, Babar Riaz couldn't do much of a bowling because he was sick there. Mohammad Hafiz 8 overs, no maiden, none for 17. As far as Pakistan were concerned, Pakistan have finished in reply to the total of 356. Probably they could have finished much better, but they finished at 134 for 2 at close on the second day of the second test match here at the Basin Reserve in Wellington. Tawfiq Umar, Mohammad Hafiz opened. Mohammad Hafiz was a victim of a LBW of a very, very doubtful caught behind decision. Rhys Eng actually took the catch of the bowling of Saudi. There was, if you see the snicko, that it showed, it didn't really show any edge, but Mohammad Hafiz was walking, caught young ball Saudi for 1. So that was the first wicket to go. A bit unfortunate for Pakistan, I suppose, but Tawfiq Umar and Hazar Ali really buckled in. They really stuck to their task. They played some very percentage strokes, and Azhar Ali, as you know, he has been quite impressive there, and he was still there at the not out at the end at the close of play. And what strokes he played! He was carving the ball through the offside. He played some very good flicks down the leg side. He was completely confidence personified. He is a man, according to me, after Mohammad Yusuf, I think Azhar Ali is the one which Pakistan can proudly look forward to in the future. Not around 62, 148 balls, 7 4s and 1 6. Tawfiq Umar was also very nice. The way he was stroking the ball, he was very good down the offside, particularly down the offside, and also played some very good cut strokes. But basically, as I said, he's a very good offside player. He was driving superbly, and he gave good. That was a good partnership after the early first wicket for Pakistan. They went on to 132 run partnership, very valuable partnership there. But Taufeeq Ahmed, just before the close, at the last ball, just before the close of play, was dismissed when he's got Guptill of the bowling Vettori for 70 of 12 with 12 4. Azhar Ali superb, not out 42, 62 of 7, 7 4s, 1 6, 134 was the reply, 134 for 2 at close of play. And well, I don't have much to share, dear cricket fans. I think I will have to end up my cricket report here, dear cricket fans. Well, see you soon. It has been a pleasure bringing you the Cricket Happening show here. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.